Or Maryland. Some people just yelled for all three.
Or, I got one, Dubuque.
So,
Norton.
So for those of you who have been to conventions before, who have seen our stage talk, any of you in here?
Hopefully the audio-video lag is better now.
Did you know that this, do we have a camera, guys?
Yeah, there's about 1,000 of them right in front of you.
Do we have some people in the back can see what's going on up here? So people, okay. For those of you who have met me, you know that this to me is a cruel joke. Because how am I going to sit? Next question.
I have an idea. Just sit in it like a normal human being. Who likes normal?
But I'm not the normal human being.
No, you are not.
This is going to be very uncomfortable.
Just like,
Hey Billy, what you doing?
oh, I love this. This is nice. I get used to this.
No, it's
I want to see him try to do this.
What's the other one? Okay,
Not Webster, the other one, Miriam.
But I guess Merriam-Webster took gullible out of the dictionary. Is man spread what I think it is?
Sorry, hold on. Oops, sorry.
It's not a mega.
Are you recording the whole thing?
Mayonnaise?
Stop.
No, I don't want you to.
Stop.
Sure.
Please go.
Hey, DC, who's first time? Welcome to our large dysfunctional family. We love you, you love you, and I hope you'll have a great weekend so far. And I hope it gets even better right here, right now.
Why? What's about to happen?
Check it out. Just wait and see. I'll still take this. Hashtag I'm winning, Kmart. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, thanks, Clippy, for the chair. Let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna start over here with you. How are you, darling? Darling?
Okay, I guess this question is for like both of you. Were you guys sort of disappointed that Demon Dean only lasted for 3 episodes?
Yes. Yes, big time. And I was the most disappointed because when Demon Dean was doing Demon Dean things, it meant that Sam, aka Jared Padalecki, was not on camera, so he was off. And he was in Austin. And he was wakeboarding. And he was sleeping in.
But the ratings were higher, so.
It works for me. Winning!
I wish that it would have lasted, 6, 7, 10 episodes.
Seasons.
Maybe not. Yeah. What about you? Did you wish it would have gone on a little longer, or were you sick of it after the first episode?
At least like 3 more episodes.
3 more? Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, so
Can't win them all.
So was Sam lasted for like 10 episodes. All right, calm down.
Hi. Okay, I want to say, you guys, your fashion sense today is just A+. I just got happy to
Wait, what?
You're looking good today.
Thank you. So do you.
Pull over!
Every day.
Pull over!
Wisdom.
Pull over! Killer boots, man!
Sorry.
Dumb and Dumber reference. Has to
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so I just got caught up here really fast, so I didn't have a question prepared. But have you ever had like a fan experience where people are irritated by how tall you guys are?
Yeah, there were about a dozen a day.
A lot of people are below the range of 5'5", like for me, 5'8". But has anyone ever just been so like mad because you're taller than them?
Yeah, generally the height challenged actors that come onto the show, they don't like it because the crew has to actually build up platforms and walkways for them to walk on when they're next to us, which kind of prohibits them from going anywhere else. Actually, we should do that more often.
The best is when the tall people come. When the guys are like 6 foot, 6'1", come on set, and they're like, "This sucks." I'm usually the tall guy, and I'm like looking up at everybody. But the thing that comes to my mind is when the show started, a girlfriend of mine was talking about the show, and the person she was talking to was like, "Oh, I love that show. Is he the tall one, or the one? No, is he the short one, or the one from Seventh Heaven?" She was like, he wasn't on Seventh Heaven, and neither of them are really short. They're both like 6 foot something, but I guess he's the one with long hair. Yeah, we're tall fellas. It's kind of funny to walk around and be like, "You're tall."
There's nothing wrong with being short, though, I'll tell you that much.
My wife says she's 5'4", but I'm not sure if she's maybe just exaggerating a little bit. So, I like short folk.
I'm 5'8", so I'm making my way up there. Hey, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi.
my question is, if you had one character that you could have saved so that they'd still be in the show today, who would it have been?
Ruby.
Okay, what about Jensen?
Ruby. Because when Sam's with Ruby, Dean's off. That means Jensen's off. That means Jensen's in Austin wakeboarding.
Yeah, the ratings would be higher.
Oddly familiar.
So Ruby and Ruby.
There's a lot of characters. I have a list of people that I would love to bring back. Hey, she asked me. Yes, certainly Charlie and Bobby and Kane and Benny and Basically, anybody that's here this weekend. John Winchester. Mary Winchester. We've been very fortunate to have some real solid characters. We've been very fortunate to have really solid characters over the years. But not only that, we've been very fortunate to have amazing actors play those characters. So, you know, it's any one of them. Take your pick. But I have a question for you. Who would you pick?
I would say Charlie.
Charlie? Good one.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Hi, I was wondering if you had any X-Files character to choose from, who would you be?
I would be the one, I forget what its name was, but it could like make itself really skinny and climb through the pipes.
Oh, yeah.
That was so scary. Mushroom? Tombs, that's it. Yes, that would be mine. Because it'd be really fun to crawl through ventilation ducts and stuff. You can scare people, be like, haha, just kidding. And scare people again, be like, haha, just kidding.
The smoker, man. Duh.
I think if I was Tombs and I was able to make myself like a worm, then I would go up to somebody and be like, does this dress make me look fat? If they said yes, then I would stretch myself out a little bit. But does it still make me look fat? Or a little bit, and I'd stretch myself out even more, like this big. And you know what I'm talking about?
I don't, because I don't wear dresses.
You're lost.
However, I hear Rob Benedict does. It's true.
Billy's face was like,
Billy's not happy. Norman, on the other hand, is like, yeah, he did. I love it.
thank you very much. Thank you.
No, yeah.
Easy for you to say.
What's it like working with all of the children and teenagers on the show?
Do we tell the truth? It's great. I love it.
Well, I thought you meant, well, the truth is, we actually do love it because they require limited amount of work hours. Usually that means a week. And but sometimes they're like, listen, you know, we have to get the kid out in, you know, in like 8 hours, when normally we would be shooting 13 or 14. And all of my material is with the kid today, so guess who gets off early? However, that being said, there are times when they're like, sorry, we're gonna shoot the kid out, so you're gonna sit in the trailer for 3 hours, and then we'll get to you when it's dark outside. And, oh, stupid kids.
It's neat. I think for my honest to Chuck answer.
That one's not gonna stay.
It's a double-sided sword, double-edged sword. So it's wonderful because I love kids and I love adolescents. It's so neat to be around people who are in the formative stages of their life and they're figuring out who they are and they're exploring. And I'm like, oh yeah, like what a cool time in life. I remember being in high school and I hated it, but I remember but in hindsight I'm like, oh, I learned a lot. So it's neat to be around them as human beings. I always feel like, and this is on me, this is not on anybody else, but I feel like I would, my kid would have to beg and plead me to let him be in a movie, you know what I mean? Like, we're making jokes on set, and they're in the work, and like, the industry has been pretty difficult for me, believe it or not. It's hard to be in front of people, it's hard to be judged, and now with social media, you know, a million people tell you they like you, but then 100,000 tell you they don't, and so you kind of focus on 100,000 tell you they don't. And I don't like that, I don't like the idea of that for a formative mind, because a lot of people take it more seriously than they should, myself included. I love you back. I know you do.
You hear that? One person said, I don't like that much.
That was you.
with negativity.
In the last episode, I think it was a fantastic episode. Like the acting was just off the charts. It was also probably the most stressful episode to watch. And so, like, how did you? I mean, did you have to research the, pretending to be dead? Did you have to hold your breath? When you're like when we thought you were dead. Like, how did you research that?
I will say just a little insider info.
Fun fact.
A little fun fact. for you. When we were watching the episode together, for those of you who knew, Jared and I and Misha and Rob all watched it together. And when Sam wakes up from being presumably dead, I actually go, "Oh, he's awake!" As if I didn't know that was going to happen.
Dude, you're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Sam, I'm like, don't touch me.
I did. I audibly said, "Oh, he's alive!" I was there. I was in the room.
And then, as Sam gets up, he's like, "Ugh," and then, like, light washes over the window, and he goes to the window and sees the truck. He's like, oh God, they're coming back. I was like, dude. And then there's the shot where the female werewolf walks behind the door, and you don't see what happens. You just hear somebody dies. He's like, "Oh, I love when you hear somebody die, but you don't know who it is." Okay. Sam's coming out. Sam's coming out.
Hey, I like the show.
So he's excited. My arm is bruising. Rob's like, "What's going on?" And Misha's like, "Can we Facebook Live yet? Can we Facebook Live yet?" I mean it. Like that's
He's the only one that didn't get it up.
It was a very stressful episode. It was very stressful. And episodes like that.
I think at one point I did. I grabbed
You
him.
did?
I grabbed him twice, and then Rob said something, and I just went.
He's like passed out to me. How do you guys hit me? Why do you keep hitting me? Yeah, it was a tough episode. There was no specific research, but it was just one of those where you're like, I started reading the script, and I was like, "What do you mean Sam gets shot? What do you mean that I get choked out?" For those who haven't seen it, why is he swallowing pills? Like, there were so many great homages. There was like the homage to Revenant, the homage to Romeo and Juliet, with like both characters kind of. I'll explain later. It was a great episode. I'm glad y'all guys liked it. And Nina was amazing. So yeah. Thank you.
Hi.
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 So first of all, we're not short, we're fun-sized.
You wouldn't disagree.
Then what am I?
We're just adorable.
Palm size.
I was gonna go with king size.
So my question is for Jensen. In the
Good.
last episode, I know you said it was hard for you to imagine Jared dead before, so I was wondering how you coped with doing that scene in the last episode.
Jared dead or Sam dead?
Either one, they're the same thing.
How would, just want to be clear here, how would Dean react to Sam's death, or how would Jensen react to Jared's death?
How would Jensen react to Sam's death?
I'd be very upset. What do you mean I'm in every scene? until you figure out how to bring him back. What? You know, I can probably say that Jensen would feel very similar to Deacon in the depth of either Sam or Jared. In that that someone, if that person was to pass, that they're first off do anything and everything you can to in your power to bring them back, and then secondly, the loss of somebody of what essentially is a brother to you is that creates a space that never gets filled. But you just pack it with love and move on and try to do the best you can. Dean, however, he may do some stupid things. I may not go down the road that he would go down necessarily, because I don't know those roads. But Dean does, so it might be a little different reaction.
Thank you. Okay, first of all, Jared, I'd like to say sorry for having like a nervous breakdown in your photo op.
How dare you? It's quite all right.
My question is, how do you think an episode with God Cass, Soulless Sam, and Demon Dean would go?
God Cass, Soulless Sam, and Demon Dean. I know Cass would try to kill them both. But Cass being part Misha, Cass would probably die first. And I think Soulless Sam, because he was soulless, would be smart enough to just go like, not if I don't want to get involved in. Kind of wander off. And Demon Dean would be karaoke I'm Too Sexy. Got that right, right?
Yeah.
My question is for both of you. I wanted to know if you could play a character on any show, past or present, who would you be and why?
That's two characters.
Any other show besides Supernatural?
Norm from Cheers.
Eric Brady from Days of Our Lives.
Pastor Eric Brady or
Ooh.
This one. No. The cute one, the photographer. Norm.
Yeah, the guy never moves. He just sits there and drinks beer all day. Horrible job.
No, Jeffrey Bean from House. He just laid in a hospital bed for like 8 episodes.
Grey's Anatomy.
That's what he does now. What else?
Something with the doctor in it. Hi.
Hi. My question is, if you could describe your perfect day, what would it be?
Jackson, you go first.
I wake up with some pie. Somebody say the needle.
Yes, he knows. Yeah, the Neil.
But that came after the question, what flavor?
Also, I would wake up.
Thank you. I stalled as long as I could.
Walk off. I would wake up and
Pull up.
after a good night's sleep, probably have a little espresso coffee. I would get my car with my boys and drive them in a stroller down to Mopac and Lake Austin. I would load them up in the stroller and jog the Lake Austin Trail. I would then go grocery shopping at Whole Foods to buy
I'll go.
The one,
Pull up.
the one that's 16 water.
You're grocery shopping now.
To buy dinner for that night, to buy food to cook for that night. And then I would go home.
Or you just call Favor and have them deliver it to your
I
house.
like going to the one at 60 Lamar. For those who've been in Austin, the big Whole Foods, the original one. They have to walk in here
On a perfect day.
They have the best materials. And then you go home, I would take a shower, then I go swimming, maybe head up Lake Austin, do a little bit of wakeboarding, maybe jump on Jensen's jet skis, and jet ski to Hula Hut or something, get a little margarita. Then I go home, take a nap, wake up, have dinner with the family, nice bottle of wine, and then get to bed as early as possible. Getting old. Getting old. Waterburger, I'm supposed to say Waterburger. Rick Governor. Jensen.
I would get up, go down to the jet skis, remove a few parts, make myself a margarita, sit on the deck, and just watch him struggle. And while he was struggling, I would go eat his groceries.
You're ruining my perfect day, man.
But it's my perfect day.
Thank you very much. We got it. Thanks. How are you?
I'm good, how are you? My question was for both of you, and sorry, I'm a little nervous. Besides Sherlock and Doctor Who, if you could cross over with any other series, what would you cross over with and why? And kill them all!
Yeah, I crossed up with Arrow to make Steven look short.
It wouldn't be much struggle.
That Hatter wouldn't be so mad anymore.
Be a dead hatter. Thank you.
So this is my first con, and I'm kind of gobsmacked about the scale. And you kind of, this TV show has kind of turned into several movements actually with the foundations you started and Misha started. So my daughter Isabel, who's in the room in 35 back there.
Hi, Isabel.
She's the one who got me into the show. She has rainbow hair, kind of like Rainbow Bright, you know, the My Little Pony. She's gonna have to hate me
You
for
know
years.
what that is?
Google
Do
it.
you know what that is?
I was hoping you could tell me.
Rainbow Bright, My Little Pony.
Oh,
Anyway, she wanted to know how this show, acting on this show, engaging with these people, creating this community, has changed your lives. I mean, you've changed so many lives. We've seen from the fan movie that was on earlier, I hope you get to see. But how does it change you?
well, I mean, look at this. You know, I'm sitting in Washington, D.C. with people that we all have this common interest in this story and in these characters. You know, this show and what this show has not only meant to me and him as well, but what it's meant to all of you and to this extended family that we have has certainly changed our lives. It's given us new perspective. It's given us new friends. It's given us new family. It's given us new ideas. It's opened my eyes to a lot of things. And you know, I'm forever grateful for that. I think one of the ways that we try to give back from what you guys have given to us is being able to hug you and you know, say thank you as well. So it's there's really not an easy way to say how it's changed us. Just know that it certainly has.
Yeah. And by virtue of I only know the way my life has unfolded the last 11 years, it's literally impossible to say how my life would be different. I know I'm touched, deeply and forever touched. But I think the great thing about Supernatural, and this started at the get, this started when we were having meetings with the writers about like what the show's about. At the time, the network had like I think Buffy and Angel and Charmed. They're all great shows in their own right. They're not the show I wanted to be on. And this show, and meeting Kripke, who spearheaded it all, he was always so interested in the Winchesters' struggle, the hows and the whys. And we had a network president for a while who like wanted to put us in like leather on like motorcycles and and you're like, well, he wanted to make it a Michael Bay show, and Michael Bay is a powerful, talented guy, but I never wanted to be on a Michael Bay TV show.
They told us
I
we
wanted to
can.
be a show that was more about the story, more about the struggle. I mean, I think we've done 240 episodes, and this is a weird way to measure how much they're really committed to the story, but in 240 episodes, we've never taken a paid advertisement. It's not like the boys are like, oh, how's that Diet Coke? And
They told us we can live stream.
I think that was the wrong example. It's how we
Yes, it was.
But they didn't make it. They never wanted to be about like, hey, here's a glorified skin show, like some other shows that remain nameless, where it's like, hey, who's gonna get naked this episode?
You know who you are.
But you know who you are. But we're coming for you. It stayed about the struggle, and I think that's the tie that binds us, that helps us bond. So I hope it's been the same for y'all guys. Yeah. Thank you.
I will say that in one way it changed me is yesterday we got back to the hotel and I ordered just stuff to snack on because we were having a little meeting in the hotel room, and so I ordered meeting, and I ordered there was some chicken wings, and some like crab cakes, and some hummus, right? And it said it came with garlic, and I was like, hey, is the garlic already in there? Is it heavy garlic? Is it so? I'm not interested. He's like, no, it's fine. You're not gonna be able to like kill vampires. And I go, well, that's all right. I already do. And this poor room service guy's like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's my day job. He's like, killing vampires? And I'm like, yeah, and demons, and ghosts. A lot of things that you wouldn't really want to mess with. And he's like, what do you do? And then I go, I can't tell you. He goes, okay, sir, it's, we'll have your order up unless it happens. Damn right you will.
It only could have been better if you said, is there garlic on it? And he said, did you ask for garlic on it?
No!
Is that garlic on it? Thank you.
So this is also a question for each of you. Over the course of the series, what is a scene that you have found really difficult to do, either because it was physically difficult or emotionally difficult, or you just have trouble figuring out how you wanted to play it for your character?
I'll just think. I've got not one scene in particular, but and some of you know this, I've talked about this before, the Soulless Sam storyline was really difficult for me as an actor because the choices that I was making for Dean and the character of Dean that I'd kind of grown with based on his relationship with his brother and how he reacts and how he, how that whole relationship is kind of sustained. And so when that part of the relationship was removed from the equation, I was left with, it's a testament to Jared because he's doing a great job of being this kind of soulless character. It was so.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, we had a good experience. And it was really, I found it very difficult for me to find a foothold in how to play Dean with this different version of Sam. And I know some of you, and look, kudos to him, he did a great job, and I know you guys really liked that storyline, but I was really ready for it to be over, because I was ready to get not only Sam back, but I was ready to get my Dean back too. So.
There are a few. The original time that I played Lucifer in the end was really difficult. The original time I played Gabriel, anytime you're kind of creating a new character, you're like, geez, I've been on this show for years, and I have to kind of like play a completely different character. The Lucifer on Sam stuff, where it's anytime you have to act with yourself, it's pretty difficult. So the mirror Lucifer Sam, the Sam to, was it Soulless Sam or like Dead Sam? Or when Sam was going to go sacrifice, the end of season 8 was really difficult. The Swan Song was really difficult. Red Meat was really difficult. That day, I was dreading all the stuff we shot in the cabin, all the fight scene with the teaser where Sam gets shot. And I was dreading that day, like dreading. It's really It was day one. I didn't know the director. I'd met her. She'd come by. It was the episode before to meet everybody. She was very sweet, but I was like, God, I don't know. Like, I don't have a relationship with her. It's funny that Bob Singer or Phil Secretia directs or Jensen. You know these people, and you're like, okay, let's work with this. I didn't know what to expect. And then I knew I was gonna like have squibs on me and a bunch of fake blood, which they have to keep moistening, but it dries out and it ends up like pulling your hair out. Like it's just you're just literally uncomfortable. Like I was wearing Gore-Tex underlayers so that the blood packets that exploded weren't like sticking to my legs and stuff like that. And it was cold. We're filming at like 2 a.m. or whatever it is. And then we had to do some other scenes that day because that wasn't it. Then we had to do the scene where like Sam's shaking and like putting himself together, and Dean is saving the other people, and I was just dreading it. It turned out to look pretty cool, and that's usually the case. Like the scenes that I dread the most, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm bummed about next Wednesday. Not literally now, but like when you go through that thought, those are always the scenes that you're like, ah, cool, man. Like it's a fun show. Once they're over, once the day's over, and you're having a beer or something, you're like, all right. A lot of fun. Thank you.
Well, thank you for the extra work to bring it, make it so truthful for us.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm very nervous, but I was wondering if...
I'm very nervous.
Is that German? Is it very nervous? She's like, you're not helping.
I'm not even going to. Moving on.
So I was wondering if you had a scene for the show Lip Sync Battle, and yesterday, there's this show called Lip Sync Battle. I forgot the channel that it is on. It's hosted by DJ, and a lot of different shows, they bring their actors in there and they battle doing songs and lip sync.
Yeah, we get it. What else?
So yesterday,
I see where this is
he
going.
asked a question to Misha, and he promised that you guys from the show would do a lip sync battle. So my question is, well, sometime this year, my question is, which song would you choose, each one of you? Any song that you can sing.
Which song would you choose? In song, would you tell us?
She asked me first.
that's the one I close with. That's the. That is not a song. Say it again. That is not a song. It's kind of more ventriloquism. What's that?
Can I suggest one?
Sure.
Kiss by Prince.
Yeah, that's
Uptown Funk. Party Rock Anthem. Or, I'll take the suggestion from the front row. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Or, Buster Rod Stewart style, If You Want My Body.
all the single ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, any of those. Pretty much all of those. We film our episode next week.
Yeah, we're shameless. We'll do any of those. That's fine.
I did hear they did a social media, what do you call it when you ask what people question and answer? Poll. Panel. What? Survey? Petition? A petition, whatever it was. They did some vote. Carnival. It's not carnival. Social media pterodactyl. Social media pterodactyl. So we were voted, I guess, more people online want us to do lip sync battle than any other people that they want to do lip sync battle.
Yeah, I do. I caught that one that Channing Tatum did. I'm like, not me. I ain't putting on a wig. The music.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Oh no, she's a book.
Old school, I'm sorry. I wrote them all down in my notebook. First off, Jared, Sam, Jared, question, real quick.
I know them both very well, so.
During the French mistake, when Sam and Ruby go upstairs, was
Yes. Tom is his name. No, it's one of his own.
my question is,
She asked about me. Okay.
do you think Dean's time with
You wrote it
If you said
down.
Ruby, I'm gonna kill you.
how do you think Dean's time in hell with Alistair influenced his inability to control the Mark of Cain?
Funny you should ask.
Jared.
I think it influenced his ability to hold a lot of things. His bladder. His opinions to himself. My heart. I think it did affect him. It must have affected him. I mean, I think the Mark of Cain is even stronger than Dean's time with Alistair, so that would have been the lion's share. Was just, and we actually, funny you should ask, because we might be doing some scenes towards the end of this season, like last week and next week, where we talk about the power of the Mark of Cain and kind of start to go like, what else could it have done? My phone's ringing. I think it's Warner Brothers firing me.
Yeah, this is where we go. And he's making this up.
So I think the Mark of Cain was the lion's share there.
Anything to add?
I agree with that.
I
Hi there.
Hi, how are you doing? I have a question for Jensen. I was thinking about your directorial activities, and I was wondering if you're ever going to have a sequel to The Plight of Clown Manor.
No.
But it's so great.
It was I mean, that is about as student project as I ever got.
Did you direct that?
No. Chris did. My buddy who wrote it directed it. I just kind of helped him out with it.
Was it Dallin or Kane?
Yeah, so I don't know, that was his thing. He's a childhood friend of mine, and he asked me to help be a part of that, and I did. It was fun. We got all our friends together and made a funny movie one weekend, and that was it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hi. This is my first convention, long-time fan.
Welcome.
Both of you guys. It's like Gilmore Girls, Dawson's Creek. But I just wanted to ask. So, out of all the seasons, what scene took the most?
Gilmore Girls and Dawson's Creek?
No, back to Supernatural. Love Supernatural most, obviously. Out of all the seasons, what scene took the most takes to film and why?
Sam Winchester keeps a ruler by the bed and when he wakes up. Let's do a few more takes than normal.
Generally, any scene that has he and I in it with Misha tends to take a lot longer than it probably normally would with anyone else.
Or with everyone else.
I will say that Rob's probably back there. He did mention it. Somewhere else that he was, I mean, it was like, like it was scary. It was scary. It was really too much pleasure.
Yeah.
Getting at it.
And I thought he would be like a safe place. Like he would be the.
No,
he was right in there.
He was like, more fuel.
It was brutal. It was scary.
Rob, I'm sure you said this, but Rob said, being on the show is like an acting obstacle course. It's not just like performing your character, doing your dialogue with somebody else. It's like an acting Tough Mudder.
It is. Yeah. You're saying a really serious line, and Jared's playing footsie with you under the table, like rubbing your leg with his leg. Out in the middle of it, and no one's saying.
That's not proverbial, that happened on the show. I had a very serious line, and I was like,
yeah, there's like no adults to say like, hey guys, hey, come on, cut it out. There's no parents.
There are a few parents who are like, Jared, cut it out. Jensen, Misha, cut it out. The problem is that we've been looking at him and going, shut up!
Here's one set of two parents. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're just as he's walking away.
It's so, but it's not like no one knows what you're doing. So it's all under the table. You're doing this whole thing.
Oh yeah,
and
we're
Misha's on the other
stoned.
side of me. Also, I literally have to go like this in the middle of the scene. And then I have a break. They're rolling. The whole crew's looking at Rob, and I'm going, okay, stop it.
and we're like, what, dude? What? We're messing around, trying to be
So we got his dad voice. Okay, stop it! Then he looks at me for just like just help. And then he just looked at me and I was like,
You're almost like worse. looked away from you because he was playing foots with me, and I looked away from you, and then behind my back, you're like, I came up. And we went out for drinks that night, and I was like, man, Jared, it's ruthless. It's really, I said, it's hard because, like, he almost cracked up, and I was looking right at him, I was like, yeah, he's doing it. That was good. I was like, really? You too? You both did acting obstacle course.
Yeah, but then as soon as he turns back to me, he turns away to Jared, and I'm like going, they do something to make Jared break, because this is just too easy. And so now he's laughing in Rob's face, and then Rob turns back to me because he can't stare at Jared anymore. He looks back to me, and I'm like, boom, right back into it.
What's amazing though too is that both of you, like, you could do it with each other. Like, you can't, it's hard, you can't crack each other up. When the camera's on you, you know how to just do it. I can't. You know how to do it.
Yeah, we do. Wait, what? Where was I? What are we doing?
What time was that? Were we just
That
talking?
was you. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you very, very, very much.
Yeah, that's what we like to call a tangent.
I love Rob.
We love those. Those are good.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin.
Hi.
Hey, my question's for Jensen, but I also want Jared to answer it too. In the episode,
That's me.
yes it is. In the episode where, Charlie dies, and you guys are giving her, I'm sorry. And you guys are giving her Hunter's funeral, once again, sorry. Sam says he apologized, and then Dean kind of looks over and says, shut up, that should be you in there.
This is getting worse and worse.
It's the last question. It's the last question. It's the last question.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lexi. Put your hands together for Lexi. So Lexi, you are the last question, which means that we drag you on the stage and you either have to or get to ask your last question in front of everybody. So if you're comfortable with that, then all right.
Even if you're not comfortable with it, you're still going to do it.
It's important also, I should add, I don't want to add pressure to the situation, but
No, please do.
it needs to be an important question that matters to 2,000 people, and it'll live on infamy on the web forever, so it needs to be something that somebody's researching the show, they can find, hear the question, learn from the answer. Basically, everybody didn't get asked a question all across the globe is relying on you to sum up their thoughts.
Okay, we got it.
He's Trix Korean, that's what he's doing.
What's your question?
Okay, so my question is, if you go back and give advice to season 1 Sam and Dean, what advice would you give?
That's a
Take that.
Suck it, Trickster.
I hate it when stuff works right.
Question mark?
Do you want to start the ship, or do you want to?
Advice. Wow. Well, there would probably be a lot of things. And I would say the first thing that comes to mind is don't trick your brother into allowing an angel to possess him. Bad idea. That's one.
Don't start the apocalypse. Ruby's lying. My advice would actually be to Jared, because I've had some ups and downs. Some I've talked about on social media or in interviews, and a lot of my downs, I kind of let myself believe that it wasn't going to get better. But I had a lot of friends and family tell me it was going to get better, and I was able to keep fighting long enough for it to get better. So 33-year-old Jared would tell 22-year-old Jared to always keep fighting.
You guys are the best. We look forward to coming back here, and we hope you guys will join us here, if not somewhere else, very soon.
Really quickly to the God of the light. Can we see DC before we say goodbye?
House lights up, please.
Y'all
Ladies and gentlemen, Jensen